Hi, everybody. I got down here 8:40. I thought it was 8 o'clock, but anyway, I'm here. So I'm going to be coming back and forth. So since it says 8:40, I don't know what happened. But how's everybody doing? I'm doing fine. Just trying to. I want so bad to go. I hope that my house is ready. I hope to go in the house by next weekend. But the good news is my niece came by today. His niece, but she's my niece too, and she's getting married in May. So I think that's good. So what's new with everybody? Now, well, nobody's not on yet. So anyway, whew, I had to do a few things before I came on, and I put all the trash out up here so he could take it out. Trash is due on Monday. Trash is like taxes. Well, I should I shouldn't spell everyone. I spelled it right this time. Yeah. I think I did everything. Probably have to go. I have to open up another window. I sleep with the windows open. I don't care how cold. Well, it doesn't get as cold here in the wintertime as Massachusetts did, but yeah. Hmm. I'm gonna put some things in the refrigerator. I'll be right here. And like I said, I'm early, so I don't know why I'm early because I thought it was 8 o'clock, but apparently somebody I put 8:40. Shoot me later. I'm gonna go hang my robe up in the bathroom, put these in the, do a couple of things. I'll be back. Don't worry. Hey Tiffany, how are you? Get ready to get up for a minute. For some reason or other, it was 8:40 for some reason. I don't know how I got that on there. But when I'm doing things when I'm half asleep, that's what usually happens. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna put my robe up in the bathroom. I put some. Be right back. Hold down the phone. I'll be in the room. I'm just putting some things up. Mm. Put these things in my refrigerator. I'm going in the bathroom and I'll be right back, Tiff. Okay, I'm back. So what's up with you? Tiffany, you coming on? If you want to come on, you can come on. What'd you cook tonight? Okay, let me give you the website. There you go. There's the website. So it's been a day today. My husband's niece, well, she's my niece too. She came over with her fiance. Very nice guy. I know about grocery shopping. My husband did some of the shopping today, just a little bit, but that was good. Got some lemons and stuff like that because we make tea all the time. So, he has to make sure we have lemons. And the grocery shopping is not fun. I don't know whoever said, oh, it's going to be fun when you go grocery shopping. No, it isn't at all. But I go with coupons and everything. I do. And what's funny is some of the checkout people, all right, like they'll look at me when I pull the coupons on, they'll make this like disgusting look. And like I'll tell the people behind me, I got coupons. And most people want to stay and see what we do, but hey, some of them like, you know, but some of the checkout people just take it with a grain of salt. But some of them give you some of the looks that if they could kill, I'd be dead. I would be dead. Download something on my phone. Well, dang. Okay. It downloaded. Mm-mm. I have no idea. It must be some kind of coffee. I looked at everything that I missed today because I haven't looked on my phone. I've had it, but I haven't looked on it. How's Mike doing? How was his first week? First, I'll ask him. So, did I do homework already? Dang. Wow. I'm pretty fast. Oh yeah, okay, Angel. I need to. I'm texting my grandchildren good night on my phone. Well, so anyway, seriously. Okay. Well, there's nobody else here but you, so you can come on when you're ready. Hey, Calaboose, how are you doing? How was your first week back at work? I'm sure it was exciting to be back. I know you're happy. But don't be sorry, because I thought I said it started at 8 o'clock, but somehow I got 8:40 down there. I don't know what the heck happened. I do not know what the heck happened. So we'll talk face to face. I'm just sitting here fooling around with my phone until everybody comes on and gets done what they have to get done. Don't never be sorry that you like get stuff to do. Hi. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just, doing my thing the best that I can. I have my husband's niece, my niece too, came today. She's getting married, so I met her fiance for the first time today. He's a really nice guy. At least he appears to be. You know. So they're getting married in May.
Nice. Oh wow, that's soon.
Yeah. Well, she's been with him for about 2 years. But this
Mm-hmm.
is the first time I met him.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
so she wanted me to meet him and stuff like that because she wanted me to officiate. So I said that's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So her
Oh,
mother, her mother's dead. So yeah, I said, well, we have to go help. I have to help you pick out your gown and everything,
yeah.
or we'll make it. So whatever she wants.
Mm-hmm.
So how you doing?
Good. A little tired today, but I'm good.
Yeah, I'm a little achy. It's so damp out here, and it goes right to my knees
Yeah.
and my fingertips. So like arthritis is no joke.
Oh, I think my mom has arthritis too.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I'm gonna take some Tylenol a little later, but maybe sooner than later. I don't know. Then my husband has a cold, so
Oh no.
yeah. But anyway, so whew, I'm just yeah. I'm just glad I'm here.
Hey, sorry. I'm like, uh,
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm sorry. I'm like in the middle of so many different conversations. I'm
I
trying to.
know. I know how that works.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to push the Sky Tour live stream stuff that we do. Teaching people how to watch the skies and what's in the sky as far as like nebula and supernovae. Just the structures that are out there that people can see every day or
Mm,
every night, I should say.
really? So what is nebula and all that? Because I'm not Joey.
Ah,
You know what I mean? And he would try to tell me things, and then he just completely changed the subject.
there's a lot of gaseous not anomalies, but there's a lot of gaseous um like not clouds, but they're elements that are being ionized by solar winds from other stars.
Hmm.
And these elements like hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, they all give off this light when they're being ionized by other stars.
Hmm.
So if you watch the sky long enough, you can pick up these structures in the skies that are light years across, and they're very beautiful. So we teach people how to spot those. Um,
Oh,
or Mark D'Antonio, who's the guy that runs the nonprofit, teaches us or teaches people how to, teaches us about those structures and how to look at them yourself with telescope.
oh, that sounds good.
So Tiffany and I just started. We just started doing or we are just signed on to be volunteers for that group, for that nonprofit, and yeah, we're doing big things. Trying to do big things at least.
Oh, that's good. So you can teach all people like me new things.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm hoping. Well, yeah, we'll send you like a link to the YouTube channel, if
Okay.
you want to subscribe and check us out. Um, Sometimes Mark will allow me to go on live with him, and we'll discuss a bunch of stuff. We'll discuss like the SpaceX stuff that I'm doing, and he'll discuss a lot of a lot about the universe.
Mm,
Uh,
that ought to be interesting. I
yeah.
mean, some of it I'll get, some of it I won't get. My science is more behavioral science. That's what I studied and stuff like that.
All
So
right. On.
people appear to think that I know more than they give me credit for, or they give me credit for knowing more than they think I don't know. Like I told Joey was explaining something to me today, and I said, Joe, I said, I'm not getting it. He says, well, you can't get everything. And I said, I know that, but tell it to the other masses. He said, you can't get everything. I said, but that's okay. So so everything was good on your first week back?
Yeah, or my first day only. Friday was great. I actually went to I got to work. Some people did not recognize me because I have this ginormous beard and I wasn't wearing my typical, little golf hat that I always wore when I go to work. I had this beanie on, and yeah, people didn't recognize me at first. Those few who remembered me right off the bat were those who were like really good friends when I left.
Yeah.
Others were just like, hey, who is that guy? And then I had to pull back the beard to show my actual chin. And they're like, oh, that's Michael. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was put on calibration, which is kind of like doing exercise or calisthenics, aerobics, sort of. And I'm not really doing that. Oh no, I'm not. No.
I'm being smart.
Yeah, right. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not supposed to be doing that as much as I was doing it, and I was winded by 9 o'clock, and I still had another 9 to 3 p.m. So I still had like another 6 hours to go, and thankfully, the rest of the afternoon or the rest of the morning and afternoon was uneventful and doing some trainings and stuff like that. So yeah. The better part of the morning I spent like really working hard when I really wasn't supposed to be doing so. But I mean, again, like I really wanted to see what I was capable of back in the South, and I learned very quickly that I need to take it a lot slower than what I did. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what you're capable of, and you know what you're not capable of, and the only way you can know that is to find out what it is that you can exactly do, and do it little by little.
Right.
Right. So
yeah.
It's good the job recognizes that.
Definitely going to be pushing it though.
Oh yeah, definitely, but just don't push too hard. Just don't push too hard, because you know what I mean. You don't want to wreck yourself. You want to take care and do what you got to do, but
right.
Take care of yourself.
Right.
And sometimes, people don't always recognize that.
Yeah.
So you still got to be very careful. I'm looking for something and I can't find it. I don't know why I can't find it.
Oh, ray of sunshine.
Ray's here.
Hi.
Hey, honey, how you doing, Ray? What's up? I'm glad you're here. I can't find it, and I'm not going to worry about it. I'm trying to find wires, okay, to fit my phone, and I found it, but then I can't find the plug, so I'm just going to leave it alone. No. You know what? Okay, I had all these different plugs, and I have granddaughters. They come and they have iPhones. I don't have an iPhone. But somehow or other, and I got them all little iPhone plugs, and I said, when you get finished with them, put them back in the bag. Okay? Never saw any of them again. But I'm looking for one for my phone. I have an Android. I had an iPhone, and it drove me insane. Okay? And I was telling Joey about it. He said, but Mom, they're so easy to work. I said, in your world, they're easy to work. In I had an iPhone and an iPad.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I gave them to one of my grandchildren because I'm like, and I changed the phones and everything. I got an Android. I've had Androids ever since. Okay. And he just could not. And I said, sometimes things are good for some people. It's like, like deodorant. Some people wear one particular deodorant and it works.
Yeah.
Some people do the same deodorant and it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. He was always like scratching his head. how can somebody that be so smart be so stupid? And I said, real easy.
Oh no.
Real easy.
Mhm.
You know, I said I can be just as stupid as I can be smart. I'm sorry.
Right. I can get ignorant.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I could, I just didn't because it just isn't even worth getting all upset about anything.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but and most of the time he was playing with me, but some of the things he would try to explain to me, like for the longest time, what is it? The things in the air, the treads in the air,
Oh, what is that?
chemtrails.
Chemtrail. Oh God, chemtrails.
Okay.
Ugh. What did your mom say about chemtrails?
With
Right.
Joe,
Her mother. I don't want to give your mother's age,
Oh,
but she's
my
over
mom-
her seven.
My mom is 76 right now.
Okay.
oh, so I'll be 76 this month.
Oh, okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
the
Happy
31st.
Happy
Easter
birthday.
Sunday.
Happy
Yep.
birthday.
So chemtrails was something that he and my daughter, his sisters always discussed. And one day I came into the room and I said, "What are chemtrails?"
Mm-hmm.
And they just completely stopped in mid conversation and looked at me like, "What?" And Joe, he was here visiting one day. You know, I think it was for my 70th birthday, and well, he was visiting a lot. But I said, "What are chemtrails?" And they just completely stopped the conversation, looked at each other, and looked at me and said, "What?" And I said, "What are chemtrails?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "You don't know what chemtrails are?" And I said, "Joe, you should know me well enough to know that if I don't know something, I'm going to admit it." He said, "Well, yeah, that's true, but you." You studied science. I said behavioral science.
Behavioral science.
That's what I studied. So if you want to know anything about Freud or anything like that, or your brain and how it might work, and all those other kinds of things that happen, I
Right
can
on.
explain that to you. But what are chemtrails? Let's get back to that.
Right.
Explain them to me. I'm looking up in the sky all the time, and I'm seeing all, and I'm going, yeah, and I'm listening. I thought they were just airplanes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
What those trails are called contrails. And what happens is that when a plane, because the plane's engines are warm, and as they're flying through cooler air, they heat up and condense that cooler air around the engines, causing a trail behind them. Now, if obviously temperature fluctuates within our atmosphere, so as the plane is flying through, it could hit pockets of cooler, it could hit pockets of warmer. So sometimes you'll see the trail there. You'll see the clouds behind you'll see the clouds forming behind the aircraft, and then they'll dissipate. It hits that warmer pocket. And then you'll see it start up again. It hits another cooler pocket. Or you'll see it just all the way traversing the sky because it's like the entire sky is cool. People have now attributed that to, because there's an actual program which seeds the atmosphere with what's that element? I don't want to give you guys false information, but I believe it's some type of dust that is called cloud seeding. And what this does is that it causes the dust and whatnot in the air, or the dust that is released from these actual planes, or these planes that actually drop stuff in the atmosphere, is that water vapor. Bless you. Water vapor will condense around these dusts and around these dust particles, causing it to form clouds, and so we get weather. So that's what they're experimenting with now. But people have taken that and taken it to a whole extreme, to where like they're saying, "Oh, they're poisoning us, and they're mind control clouds from the sky." And I'm like,
I told my mom about that, and she said, "If that were true, I should be dead by now, shouldn't I?"
Right? Because we both lived in LA for like all our lives. I'm almost 50. I've been sucking in chemtrails all damn my life, living near LAX. I should have been dead. Oh, now I understand.
I think that half the things that people say, this
Clogging.
is just my philosophy. A lot of things are made up by groups of people that look up and go, "They're killing us," and I'm like,
right.
You know what I mean? because
Yeah.
I just, like I said, I just thought it was, airplanes, and I never gave any, thing to them.
It's the doom and gloom people. They have to have it. They got to label everything a conspiracy. Everything they don't understand, they label a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Or they'll put some kind of paranormal
Something.
And I
Yeah.
understand conspiracy, but not to the point that if my daughter, okay, who is of course Joe's sister,
Mhm.
has a whole illusion about certain things that happen.
Mhm.
And I go, okay, but that's your philosophy.
Mhm.
I said, put yourself together with me. I don't look at it like that. I believe that some things are done, and then because some things are done and some things are said, by people that want to do whatever or control people and stuff like that. But it's not that bad.
Mhm. Mhm.
I said it's not as bad as you try to make it. If I, like, what was it? Don't drink tap water. Okay, it was
Oh, the fluoride.
Oh.
Mind controlling fluoride.
but then you drink bottled water. Now, to me, if I take the tap water and boil it,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? It's so much better. Although I do drink bottled water,
Yeah, we do too.
but I
We do.
don't really like it because, and I'm trying to find a way to get over it and start drinking, water or whatever. Because, but hey, Joe, decide how are you?
Sunshine is here. All right. Hey, Ray of
Wanna come
Sunshine.
on? You want to come
No.
on?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Donnie. I'm sorry. I was just going to answer Ray of Sunshine's comment.
Yeah, okay. I just put the link up if you want to come on, Joe, decide.
She's- oh, go
I,
ahead.
I drink bottled water.
Yeah.
I don't like it, and I wish it was actually in a bottle.
Mm.
Okay, because you can recycle glass in so many different ways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can recycle plastic a little bit, but not that much. So what I'm more worried about is the plastic filling up and, like all over the beach, all over the street.
Right. Yeah, because people don't recycle like they should. Seriously.
No, they don't. Not at all.
Yeah.
They have no respect for the planet at all.
Right. That's why there's that 3 miles of, or is it 5 mile now? I think the last, off the Pacific Ocean, there's like a 5 mile island of trash.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, floating garbage out in the middle of the Pacific. It's you look it up. You could actually find it. It's pretty. It's horrific when you look at it. It's kind of.
Well, I mean, I'm right now. I'm on the grounds, which it used to be a fort. It was called Fort Delaware. And
Yeah.
right now I'm on the grounds because they're working on my house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And these grounds are really beautiful, and they've built houses up and everything like that. And my church that I used to be the pastor of is right down the street.
Right.
I watch people come and throw their trash out because it's so desolate back here,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And now they have cameras, so they put cameras up and stuff since I've been here. So I guess they're taking pictures of them and stuff like that. But it doesn't happen all the time. But I'm saying, don't you have like a trash can or something in my head?
You're right.
And I recycle. I put things we have recycle, and then we have regular trash, right?
Right.
I had to teach my husband how to get into the recycle mode, and I told him why. He couldn't. In the beginning, he couldn't understand. Well, why are we going to recycle? Because if we don't recycle, we're not going to have a lake or a pool or water and stuff like that. It's all going to be filled with plastic and all kinds of other things.
I mean, we're guilty of it too, though. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
We're guilty of we're guilty of throwing away our plastic bottles a lot because that's all we drink is plastic water bottles. But we just we crush them and we throw them in the garbage. But and that's probably because we really don't have an outlet for it too. Not making an excuse for it, but definitely.
But you will and stuff like that. You'll get into the groove of it. I mean, we have an outlet. We always didn't have an outlet. And when I became more conscious of it, this was years ago, before I think it really became popular that we become conscious of it, I didn't really know what to do. So I would always buy, water in the bottle and stuff like that and drink it. You don't see water in the bottle so much anymore like we used to years ago. So
like Perrier. That's like
we had regular like water in the bottle. We didn't have Perrier. I did like Perrier water.
That was okay. I liked it.
But
Genocide. It was actually it was I received a warm welcome from those people that liked me, and then a lukewarm welcome from those who don't.
Well, you know,
It
what's
was a
funny
great, it was
about
fantastic.
those who don't, I really don't understand that, because if you're working in working conditions and stuff like that, I mean, they don't have to like you, but you know, they have to respect you. And
Yeah.
that's what I did. And when I went to work, you know, I would tell the teachers and stuff like that. Look, when we're in a meeting and stuff like that, you
Yeah.
know, you don't have to like me or anything like that. I'm here. Well, when I was a teacher, it was a little bit different. When I became one of the school counselors, I just told them, I said, I'm here to do a job, not just to see the kids, but to see the staff and whatever. So if you don't want to see me, that's
Yeah.
fine. I said, but you know, don't, you know, make the atmosphere uncomfortable for the kids,
Yeah.
because that's what we're here for.
Right.
Mhm.
And like, I mean, the people that don't, well, I'm not going to say don't like me, but the people that are wary of me, I guess you could say, are, I don't want to say they're jealous of my work ethic, but they do know of they respect my work ethic, but they, I don't want to sound paranoid or anything like that.
No, it's the truth.
Just have issues with some people that, I mean, even a lot of the people that saw me and saw me working yesterday, or excuse me, Friday. You know, a lot of these people were coming, hey, Michael, you're a lot more chill. You know, you're not like, you know, get the fuck to work and blah, 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 you know, which I normally was. I was like that before my stroke. And I think it's attributed to the fact that I was very quick tempered because my brain was not getting enough blood from this side of my neck. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's at least what my doctor says. I was quick tempered and a lot of other behavioral things that was going on with me because of my blockage in my neck. So when I did return to work, I was like, I guess they were just seeing me as like, oh man, you're still working hard, but you're like way more chill. Like you're not, you know, pointing out stuff like you used to, like quick to be like, hey man, get off your phone, or hey man, you know, why aren't you working, or this, that, and the other, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was a good time. Like it was different. Some people didn't even recognize me because I now have the beard, and which was cool. You know, I liked going in there and not being recognized immediately. It gave me a chance to acclimate to my job, being back at my job, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it was a great time. I for the first time I drove myself to work because Tiff got me a car.
Hey,
And-
Gloria. Yeah.
We both got cars actually. She bought
Yeah.
her a new car and I got a new car, and I could charge my car at work, so we have to pay no gas whatsoever, which is great. And yeah, I drove myself to work. I was pretty happy to not have to worry about having to go to work, or you know, either taking the Uber, which is like $20 to get there and $20 home, and also
I know about that. Yeah.
a coworker either, which was great. Because my friend that was actually giving me rides every day is also out on LOA because he had an operation.
Mhm.
So he won't be returning back to work until Monday, and I think that's what his ex-girlfriend told me,
Yeah.
is that he'll be back on Monday.
Mike,
But it was great.
two things.
Yes.
When you, because I had a stroke too, so I know how that brain works and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you? I want to say, did you like? Because I think temporarily my brain just did a whole 360 something. Okay. But
Mhm.
the funny thing about it was, you know, because I couldn't talk for a few days and stuff like that at all.
I couldn't talk for the first day or so,
Mhm.
but then it just got steadily worse. Well, it wasn't that I couldn't talk. It was more like I couldn't like my
You didn't
side
have a
still felt
voice.
numb and my voice was gone for 3 months.
No, mine was only gone for like about maybe 4 days, and it came back was very soft because I remember I had to go to the bathroom and I
Mhm.
pressed the buzzer and nobody was coming, and they were like, you know, not coming. So I just looked and everything like that, and I remember the doctor saying to my husband, "She's probably not going to be able to talk at all. She's probably not going to be able to walk at all." Never say that in front of a patient.
Yeah, seriously.
Because
My-
he said to them, "You don't know my wife." So
My
I
Oh,
put
go
my legs over. They had the size up. I took the size down, and I got over the bed somehow, and I held on, and I went to the bathroom. Anyway, they're looking for me, and they're yelling my name and everything like that, and I'm like, I'm in here.
oh no. Oh no.
Tiffany, before I forget, Gloria's in the chat. So did you?
Gloria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Gloria, this is Tiffany. Tiffany, this is Gloria, and she wants. What do you want?
A little hat.
Okay,
I'll figure out what kind, but a hat.
but I gave you her Facebook number,
Yeah.
so you can and everything like that. But I just wanted you all to meet and stuff like that. Because now that I got the hat and the gloves, I need a scarf, Gloria. We'll talk about that. But yeah, it's so, you know what I mean? Because I know the effects of a stroke, unless you fight back very, very hard, okay, they can really, really get you down.
Yeah. I was down. Oh my gosh, ask her. I was depressed. I for the first, well, yeah, you know what? Even after I got shot, like when I was very young, I didn't even feel I didn't have any thought to my mortality back then. I was just very sad about what occurred in like the whole event that transpired. But I still felt that level of immortality because I was so young. This was probably the first time ever where I actually felt my mortality. And yeah, I was super depressed. Like Tiff will tell you, I was in the hospital for almost a week before I kept asking them every day, can I go now? Can I go now? Can I go? Oh, can I go now?
Yeah.
Can I go now?
Mhm.
Ray of Sunshine. They did scan for blockage. I actually, in the last year, I've had 2 surgeries. I had a surgery on my abdomen, which they put a stent in my abdomen so I can feel my legs again. That's where they found the first blockage. The second blockage was in my neck, where they found that it was 99% clogged, is what the vascular surgeon said. So they opened me up here. If you could see that long scar there. What they did to me was a carotid or I can never say this word. Endarterectomy. There you go. So what they did was they opened me up from ear to the bottom of my neck, and then they got my carotid artery, split it open, and then they dug out all the stuff. I don't know if you hear me with my mouth covered, but they scooped out or lasered out. I was knocked out for this whole thing. This is the first time I've ever been knocked out too. Well, they put me to sleep, and I was terrified. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was shaking in my hospital bed as they were taking me into surgery. I'm like, I don't want to go to sleep. They're like, you have to go to sleep, dude. We can't do this while you're awake. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then they stuck something over my. No, they injected my. They gave me an injection in my IV, and then they put something over my face, and I was out. And then I woke up back in my room, and I couldn't talk. My left side was still a little bit numb, but they gave me something called, when I had that mini stroke at my job, this is what transpired. For those of you who don't know, I was at work, got to work at 4 a.m, like every morning. First one to there, last one to leave. I'm kind of like egotistical when it comes to that. Sorry. But I got there at 4. I was kind of feeling weird in the morning, so I got a Monster energy drink, which I now regret. By 7 o'clock, that was my first break. I went outside, sat down. I was puffing on my vape, and suddenly my side just went limp, and like my cheek felt like it was like dragging down, like something was pushing down on my skin and my cheek, and my left side just went kind of numb to where like my leg didn't feel like it was my leg, and my arm was just like hanging there, but I couldn't feel it, if that makes sense. So I immediately called my doctor, and my doctor was like, hey, run inside or you need to call 911. So as I'm on the phone, I'm walking in, like hobbling in, literally like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm dragging my left side with me, and I get inside. I'm late from my break, and people were actually looking for me because I'm never late for my break. And my direct report, Isaac, his boss, and her boss, all came at me, and Micah was like, I'm like, call 911, Micah. He's like my direct supervisor that I have one-on-ones with, and he's like, oh my god. He like jumps on the phone. He calls Spock, which is our security team, because he has to. The security has to know every incident that transpires on site. So he calls Spock. Spock calls 911. Micah and Artis, who's his boss, come and grab me and not drag me, but help me outside to the front, and they lay me on this bench outside of the building, and we await the ambulance. And I had all these security around me. They were checking me. They were like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No." I'm sobbing because like I can't believe this happened, because not 2 weeks. If I did not have this stroke, in 2 weeks I would have had this operation done anyway, and I would have been out of work for less time than I already was.
Yeah.
So that was a super huge blow. Not only did it happen in front of everyone, but it happened, and that was a huge blow to my ego. It was a huge blow to just like my mental state, because I pride myself with my work ethic, and I just saw like my dreams kind of crumbling. My ultimate goal at SpaceX is just, coming from where I come from, growing up where I grew up, growing up on my own, just surviving what I survived. It was just,
Yeah. But you gotta
it
understand
was a
something.
terrible blow.
Okay? You gotta understand something. Okay. It all happens to us for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes my mother used to always say, "Make plans and God laughs at it." You know what I mean?
You're right. Right.
You know, my mother used to tell me that all the time. Yeah, make plans and God laughs at it. But the thing about it is, having a stroke, I know what you went through, but nothing happened to me. This is the thing. The only thing I can think of is I might have taken some cold medicine, and I really don't take. I usually have to read the medicine because I have to make sure that it's for high blood pressure and stuff like that. So that's the only thing I can think of, because I couldn't find what I did with the bottle. But I got up to go to work in the morning.
Right.
Okay. I took a shower, and then, I was like trying to brush my hair, and the brush kept falling on my hand. And I'm like, and I had just gotten over pneumonia about 2.5 weeks before. So I was going to work that Friday to check, my phone messages and all that other kind of stuff and whatever. And I said, well, let me go back and lay down. So then I call my office and I talk to my secretary and I tell her, look, I'm not coming in. And she's like, what are you saying? And I said, I'm not coming in. And she said, who is this? And I'm like, okay. So I just hang up the phone because then I know she can't understand me. So I said, well, I don't know what's going on. So my brain is still working at that time. I fall asleep. My husband just happened to come back to the house. Okay. And he comes upstairs and he sees my briefcase at the top of the stairs. And he said, oh, that's not good because she's usually gone. But he saw my car out there too. So he said, what the heck? He comes and he looks at me, my whole right side of my face is blue. Okay. And he's like, okay, we got to go to the hospital. I said, we got to go to the hospital for what? And he said, see, I can't even understand you. Come on, let's go.
That she was having a major one. When you can't, I heard that slurred speech. So like I don't even know if I said what I said was what I do know. I thought I said like call an ambulance, but I mean they saw that something was wrong. But the cool thing is that SpaceX did save my life, because that insurance. They found I had no clue that what was going on with my body. Zero. I thought I had sciatica, I thought I had sciatica. I thought the nerve in my back was.
Wait a minute, 1 second. Hi, Maritza. How are you?
Oh yeah, go for it.
I just want to say hi to Maritza and hi to Renee. I thought you were sleeping, Renee. Woke up. Yes, happy birthday, Judy. We do miss him.
Miss Crochet Creations.
Yeah.
Oh no, we were reading Maritza's comment. The Ms. Glow's Crochet Creations.
Yeah.
Where we got that. Sweet.
Yeah, but
Thank you, Ray. Yeah, I'm glad both of us recovered from that because it's a horrible feeling. It is a horrible feeling when you. Sorry. Am I too loud? All right. Let me back away from the.
No.
Can you hear me now?
It's a horrible feeling. It is a horrible feeling. I have to tell you that, I lived through it, and everything like that. And, there were a lot of negative comments with people, not negative comments, but, some people seem to think that it's a doomsday type of a situation, and I don't. I take everything and put it in a positive attitude, you
That's
know,
right.
and whatnot. And I mean, you know, the doctor did tell me, you know, it could be crippling, or he said it's up to you. You know, the other doctor, the first doctor just told my husband a whole bunch of stuff. But the other doctor that I had said it's up to you how well you get. He
Yeah.
said, don't look for the perfection, just look for what you can handle.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Can I ask you a question?
I strive for perfection.
Question.
Yeah, I know.
Never
but
obtain-
you know what?
I never obtain it though. I know that. I'm not like prideful enough to assume or even like suggest that I'll ever be perfect.
Yeah,
but
but
I do strive for it.
that has been my problem all through my life. You know,
Yeah.
I work for perfection. I work for, you know, the best outcome that I can find and stuff like that.
Hi.
Sometimes, especially when you're counseling kids, you don't have an outcome.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
You
But
had a question though.
Hmm?
I'm sorry. You
I
had a
think-
question.
Yeah. Is SpaceX just in California? Is there a SpaceX everywhere?
There's a location here in California, in Hawthorne, California,
Isn't
we
there two in California?
in Redding, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's up north. Redding, California, I believe. I'm not sure. I
Or
gotta look it-
Redmond.
Redmond. No,
California?
Redding. Well, there's Redding and Red. Oh, I can't remember. You can look it up if you want.
I think it was Redmond, California.
I do know. I do. I know there's one here, for obviously. There's. We have a facility in Washington, and that's where we create. That's where the satellites themselves that are sent off into space are built. That's in Washington State. Then we have Boca Chica, Texas, and also Brownsville in Texas. The facility was just built there.
Bastrop?
Was that?
Bastrop, Texas? Bastrop?
That's where the new facility at Starlink
Yeah.
is. They built a whole new facility. That's where half of our workforce went. That's where we could have went if we wanted to go, but I don't want to go
Oh,
to
I
Texas.
completely lied. Irvine, California.
Irvine. I don't know.
Hawthorne, California. Sunnyvale and Vandenberg.
Oh, that's Vandenberg Air Force Base. That's where we launch Falcon 9. Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of places. Boca Chica is where we actually are testing. Well, we launched from Boca Chica the Falcon 9, and we're testing Starship there soon. There's going to be our third test.
Is that
Sometime
Starbase, Texas?
That's Starbase, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Boca Chica. And then we also launched from Florida. Yeah, I forgot. Fort Law.
Cape Canaveral.
Cape Canaveral. That's NASA. They let us use that area. It's technically theirs, but we launch our
Oh,
stuff
so
from
it's
there, too.
Redmond, Washington.
Redmond, Washington. That's the one
That's
that
the one, yeah.
satellite place. Yeah, thank you.
Washington, D.C. McGregor,
Washington,
Texas.
D.C.
Yeah. McGregor, Texas. Dublin, Ireland.
What?
Oh my
We're
God.
going to Ireland,
Wow.
Singapore and Kenya.
Singapore, Kenya. Awesome.
Mhm.
We can actually.
Yeah. My granddaughter's talking about when her kids, she's got 2 kids. And she said when her kids finish high school, she's going to NASA.
Right on. Because we can use people.
That's what I said too.
We need people. We need a lot of people.
She said
Only
well, she's a scientist, so
beautiful.
you know, I don't know really what she did. She tried to tell, see, this is a thing. She tried to tell, but she didn't do like Joey did. She just said, let's talk about something else. You know what I mean? And she realizes that, you know, I know what I know, and I'll tell you in a minute. If you're talking about something and I don't know it, I'm gonna tell you I don't know it. So
Right.
get me up to speed if you can.
That's a great scientist. Because the best question to any, or excuse me, the best answer to any question is I don't know. That leaves room for the 2 people in that conversation or more to find that answer together.
Jonas said Redmond isn't that far from him.
Oh wow! Say that again. I'm sorry.
Jonas said that Redmond isn't that far from him.
Oh,
Redmond.
nice.
Oh, dude, 1.5 hours. So we're gonna come up there, and you're gonna come help me build satellites, then, bro. I was actually talking to Micah about that because I'm not sure if I don't get into Raptor, which is the engine building. I just want to do something else. Starlink is cool. I like doing Starlink, but and I know there is. I can't really say this. money. Finance. I can't really say it because it's not public. There's things in the works that would benefit me in the long run at Starlink if I remain there. There you go. I can say that. But I really want to go to space, and I know I know it's a pipe dream, but I mean it's a dream that I'm striving for, you know. And
Don't say it's a pipe dream.
They
If
have
it's
to
a
tell me.
dream that it's supposed to happen for you, it'll happen.
Right. There you go. I mean, you know, I'm still fairly young.
I wanted to go when they were looking at pictures and stuff like that. When the Challenger went up,
Yeah.
I wanted to go in the Challenger.
Yeah. Right.
My application, and I didn't get in, and Joey was really happy about it because we were watching it on television, so we saw the actual ship blow up.
Yeah, we were watching it.
He looks at me and says, "And you wanted to be on there?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I said, "What a way to go!"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I mean, look what happened to her. Look at what happened to that entire team. They had high schools named after them. They had juvenile facilities named after them. Camps named after them, and people still talk about them to this day. They are literally in. They're now in the history. They're in the history books.
History books.
Yeah.
So he just you've got to be the nuttiest woman that I have ever on the planet. And I said, look, I live for each day. So if I was in that Challenger and it went up, first of all, I wouldn't know because it exploded.
Oh well. That's a misconception. NASA actually didn't tell us the entire truth about that. They didn't tell us the entire truth about the O-rings at first because, again, the public would have been in an uproar. Many years later, this is why people don't believe in NASA. You get the flat earthers that don't believe NASA ever went to space, blah, blah, blah. But because of these small infractions, well, I wouldn't call it small, but because of these infractions against NASA not telling us the truth in the first place of what happened to the Challenger, that's what caused the distrust with NASA as an agency. So the O-rings were hidden from us for a long time until the reports came out way later. And then, and this is horrific, but there was evidence. The evidence showed that all 7 astronauts were alive on the way down after it exploded. What killed them was the impact of them in the ocean. And that's horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. But they did not tell us that information until way later.
That depends upon how you see things. You know, they might have been very calm. They might have been very horrified. Some calm, some horrified. Because I mean,
right?
To me,
this is it, baby. No, I'm sorry.
No, but I mean, seriously, I don't think that everybody in there was horrified.
Yeah,
they had to not be horrified because just knowing going up, you might not come back down again, and if you do, you know, it might not be the way you want. So you know that, and I think maybe some of them got hysterical, and some of them were at peace.
Do you remember Slim Pickens? Do you know who Slim Pickens is? The actor from oh god, a very specific film, Dr. Strangelove. He rode the nuclear weapon. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! No. Old black and white movie. No.
No, that would be Joey. Those.
That's right. That's right. Joey, where are you, man?
I don't know. He started taking me to
movies now.
One day, Mom, I want to go to the movies, and I said, well, it's a weeknight. He said, yeah, but we used to have these dollar movies. And this is when Star Wars first came out. In fact, no, it wasn't. It was The Never-Ending Story first.
Oh, right on.
And then something else, and then Star Wars. So I started taking him to the movies on a weeknight, right? I said, as long as you get up and go to school and your homework is done, I'll take you, okay?
Right on.
So he takes me to we go to the movies and stuff like that. I like The Never-Ending Story.
Yeah.
Into Star Wars and everything like that, I couldn't tell you what happened. But I went with him, and stuff like that. And I pretended to be. And some of it interested me, some of it didn't. But I mean, he was like a Flash Gordon type of a situation. I mean, he just loved space. And I really, two things that really bothered me. The first one is why he did not become a chef, because he could really cook, and he could bake too. And then the other thing was why he didn't go into science.
Oh.
but I mean, he was into science, obviously, but he didn't pursue it.
Mhm.
You know, because I always tell him
He pursued it in his own way, though.
he
Yeah.
pursued
He
it in
did.
his own way. Yeah, you know what I mean. I got to that point where when I said, everybody doesn't have to go to school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I didn't go to school for this. What I do, I just worked hard. I barely finished high school. I did do some college, but it was like maybe like 2 semesters, business law and what was it? It was business law, cultural anthropology, and oceanography is what I was
Okay.
taking. But then I got caught up again, and yeah.
Well,
I
I
got-
mean, you do what you have to do. Okay, everybody doesn't go to college. For me,
Yeah.
just an out for me. School has always been a safe haven for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
It was difficult for me because I spent my entire youth from 11 until 18 incarcerated in different juvenile facilities. So when I was in my final one, I was in college, and I had enough. And there was a lot of other extenuating circumstances that led me to make the decision I made, and I paid for it. So the reason why I did it was because I wanted to be free of my shackles, I guess you could say. I was never, from what my probation officer was telling me when I was 18, it was like, you're not going to be off probation until you're 21. And I'm like, dude, I'm 18. I should be like emancipated now. I've done my time. And he's like, yeah, the only way you're going to get out of this one is if you AWOL and you're going to get caught, or if you do another crime and you get caught and and then you'll be, whatever. So yeah, stupid me, 18-year-old me. I broke into a house and I called the cops on myself. Yeah. And then I spent 4 months and 20 days in county jail. And yeah, I was released and free, but I really screwed up my life having no idea what I did to myself. For the next few years, I definitely paid for it.
I think in the end, though, you made a decision. I'm going to do something, and you did something with your life. And
Yeah.
Joey was telling me something about. When he was talking about you one day, we was talking to me on the phone. He says one of my friends got a job at SpaceX, and I gave him this blank. I couldn't give him a blank stare because he was on the phone, so I gave him this blank, like, "What is SpaceX?" And I said, I keep telling you, when I don't know, I'm going to tell you that I don't know. I am not going to pretend.
Yeah.
He was telling me about you and everything like that. And I said, well, I'm so happy for him, that he did that. Because Joey was always encouraging, though. You know what I mean? He was always encouraging. He'd always tell me how were the little dwarfs, which were my children at the school.
Mhm.
Things like that. But yeah. Jonas, you want to come up now? I'm gonna put the thing in it. Anybody that wants to come up, they can come up.
Yeah, come in. Help me. Save me from continuing to
And that's
share
okay.
my personal garbage.
That's okay, because you understand that he would be. That's what he would be talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we've had the most personal conversations on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really miss him a lot.
Yeah. He was. He was a straight shooter.
Yeah.
Until the point and everything like that. I mean, he could joke and stuff like that, and he was funny as hell when he was young, because he would get into trouble, then come and say, "Mom, guess what I did?" And I said, "Well, let me sit down because this is not going to be good." And he would tell me he did. And he said, "Now, hey KB, how you doing?"
KB. Oh wow,
Woo.
there's a name I haven't seen in a while.
Thank you, KB, for stopping by and giving me a minute. And he would say, "Sit down," and I'd sit down. I said, "This is not going to be good." Okay, and he would tell me certain things, and I would say, "Well, why'd you do this?" He said, "I don't know." And his friend Mark, him and Mark used to get into trouble all the time.
Right on.
But
I couldn't stay out of trouble.
No, he was in trouble.
I was trouble.
Mm.
Gosh, the funny thing was, I was in and out of juvenile hall so much. Like, okay, so this is how it went. Like around 10 and a half, I was my mother put me in a place called Vista Del Mar over here in Cheviot Hills, California, which is like Palms. And she was like, she washed her hands of me. And, because my mother had me, very young. She never really had a chance to become or to be a young adult. She was already in an abusive relationship with my father. They split up when I was like 4 or 5 years old, somewhere around there. It's kind of blurry now, but between 4 and 5. And then like I was bouncing around a lot until I was about 10 and a half, 11. And then my mother washed her hands of me. My dad already had it with me because he had a new family.
Hold on a second. Renee, he's not coming up. I don't see him anywhere. He said John's backstage, but I don't see him.
Where's he at? Would we see him? No. Only
No.
No, I don't see him.
Oh, nice.
Oh, right on. Thanks for joining us, KB. Right on. That was a lot of fun. And we're trying to do big things. We want to continue to get this Global Skywatch Network going. I definitely we need to get out telescopes. We still need to get one to Donia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta send Joey's. John, you're not down here for some reason. I don't see you backstage.
Oh, Amanda. So
I'm
people
gonna put it through again.
and Amanda, and then we move forward. We're gonna gather the stuff for contact, and then after that, then we save for more and more and more.
I'll put it back up again, John. Yeah, because yeah, I gotta send the little girl a birthday present too. I'm just behind in everything.
Yeah,
I don't know whether I'm going into my home again next week or what's happening. So,
Oh,
right on. That's
nice.
I hope I go in. I mean, I'll go in when I go in.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Take it as it comes.
This house is just so big, though. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can give you the 3-minute tour of mine. My hole in the wall. My $3,000 hole in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. No, we're going to be looking for a place. We actually have a plan for this time.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good plan for this one.
Got him.
We're just gonna run through this here real quick.
Hey.
What up, Genocide?
What's up?
Anybody else want to come in?
I'm catching up, brother. Catching up. Almost there.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to get you all some banjos.
ding, 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 ding,
I
ding,
got a
ding.
ukulele around here somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know where it's at, but it's around here somewhere. I got a guitar over there.
Yeah. See, my uncle used to play the banjo and the guitar and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not into that.
It's really good to see you.
I wish at some point in time, though, I did wish that I did play the guitar, but it didn't happen.
I only know one song on the guitar. I taught myself the Rain song. Led Zeppelin.
What's the Rain song?
By Led Zeppelin. It's one of their slower songs. Like Led Zeppelin is a rock band from the 70s, and
Yeah,
they
I know,
think
but I don't remember the song.
the Rain song.
Only one I know is Raindrops Are Falling on My Head.
Wait. Let me if I played it, would we be in trouble?
No.
Does he know how to play it?
Does he know how to play really?
No. Does he know how to play it? The
No.
song, the Rain song.
You know how to play the Rain song, Genocide?
He would have to. Okay. Yeah, because you have to. What's the tuning for it again? That lady said G sus4 tuning. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. It means it's not the guitar's not tuned for it.
Yeah. Are you on standard?
Usually,
Okay.
as soon as I do drop D.
Oh, drop D. All right. I know some. Again, like I've been watching YouTube videos.
Going to YouTube University, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
I do.
Oh, there we go. If you can hear this, I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, you gotta say.
Not too much. Get the copyright.
Yeah, I don't want to copyright strike.
All right, don't get the strikes, man.
Yeah, don't want to get you a strike. That's why we're talking over.
I'll
it.
look it
We're
up
doing
later.
the commentary.
Uh-huh. About cheese balls.
Cheese balls. Led Zeppelin cheese balls.
I'll look it
Brought
up.
to you by Walmart.
What? Or
Almost
the dollar store.
dollar store.
Okay, so has everybody heard that the Walmart is being sued once again, yet again, because they have been selling frozen food and meats, some kind of, and overcharging for them.
Oh.
Really?
So they're putting out some kind of a, what do you call it?
Class action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
That's
Okay.
what's-
But I never bought any meat or frozen food from them because they're actually asking for a good bit of change. So I
Holy
just
moly!
tell everybody that because, a lot of people buy from Walmart's.
What's the list? Are
Nope.
we on?
I don't
Can we
shop
do
Walmart.
I think the most is $500.
$500. We bought meat from Walmart.
I know we buy a lot of frozen stuff from
You
them.
have the receipts? We want $500.
It was since 2018
Oh yeah. Easy.
to January this year.
Do you have to have receipts? Can we sign
I
up
don't
now?
know. I didn't get that part for some reason or other. I heard it on the news. So
$45 million. By the way.
Yeah.
45 mil.
I could use that.
Yeah, right.
Bad citrus.
listen, I
That's
could
it. We bought
I'd
that
do a really big catapult for you there, Mike.
bagged citrus. We just bought these from Walmart. Bagged citrus. Where's my 500?
Well, look it up and it'll tell you, the Walmart situation and stuff like that. But whenever I hear something, I try to let everybody know because,
That's great. Thank you so much. Hopefully we qualify.
yeah. And then I heard that
Renee
the
says you need
prices
receipts.
might be going up again.
We need receipts? Okay, cool.
I have them.
Yeah, Tip's got a ton of receipts from Walmart.
Yeah.
With like the same stuff, pretty much. Like we would buy frozen meat. What else did we buy from there? We bought frozen fish, frozen vegetables, citrus, obviously. What else? Or bagged citrus. What else we get from there? Our cat food. They try to murder our cats. Damn you, Walmart.
Well, the cat. So
They tried to murder your cat. Oh, no.
No, murder my cats, not me. Oh, well, maybe.
I said they tried to murder your cats. Oh,
With
no.
chemtrails.
or wet. It's not even raining. This is my puppy doggy Honey Bear. She's got one tooth now.
She's got one.
Yep, one tooth.
One tooth.
Oh,
One tooth. Look at the
And her
tongue.
tongue sticks out weird. She can't lick you anymore.
That's awesome.
Aw.
Look at the tongue. Like she got a cigar in her mouth.
If she goes to kiss you and she can't get you. Oh, she get me a little bit.
Oh, super cute.
You'll be
You only
going
get
tomorrow to see if she's okay.
You
In
only
10
get
days.
2% up to 500. What does that? What does that mean? You only get 2%. Oh, you only get 2% of the 45 million up to 500. Okay.
Up to 500, yeah.
I want the 45.
Yeah,
Well,
worth it.
Figured, you know.
I think
Right.
we really got to take them into court for something crazy because, like I said, you know what I mean? When I hear things like that, I just like to let people know, because like I said, we don't buy our meat. We buy our meat from the farmers. So
Right on.
we have nothing but farms around here. So,
I wish we did.
Yeah, right. I'm not.
So
I'm so sorry to say.
Casey, you sprouted some potatoes? I can't wait to go home so I can do my garden. Because I tried it out in the back and it worked okay, but it was just this house has 3 porches, 2 in the back, like decks, and then they have a porch in the front. Very pretty porch, but like I said, I did not decorate or anything. I did very little decoration for Christmas and stuff like that because, I mean, I was very thankful. I'm always thankful that we had a house and stuff like that to stay in. But, it's time now. It's been a year.
Oh my God. Can I do this? Is it going to work? We're still celebrating Christmas.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna celebrate Renee's birthday here in 10 days.
Right on. Happy early birthday,
50 years
Renee.
old.
Happy birthday.
53.
Yeah, I'm going to get mine set up a little bit too.
13. What?
13 what?
53. 53, really?
No, I should be 49.
Oh, I was going to say. Oh.
Well, she's
I'm
still young.
53.
She's still a young whippersnapper.
75.
It's Jiggy.
I'll be 49 this year, too.
Yeah, she's still a young whippersnapper.
Right on. All right. A lot of 75 babies in the chat. Right on.
Mm. Well, I will be 76 years old the end of this month, and my birthday is on Easter Sunday.
Right on.
So I'm going to have a birthday party.
All right.
All right.
I went last year.
We're coming.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you going to stream it?
Yes.
Right on. We'll be there. Easter Sunday. Yeah, we'll be there. We ain't got nothing else to do. We're very lonely people.
I don't go to church on Easter Sunday because everybody and their mother and the Cadillacs are out on
Right on.
Easter
That's why I
Sunday.
don't go to the bars on St. Patrick's Day. It's amateur night.
Amateur night. Seriously.
I'm from New England, so I know all about St. Patrick's Day, and my mother has a tad. My mother has a tad of Irish in her, which makes me have a tad of Irish in me.
Mm-hmm.
So, no.
Irish and Norse. Celtic Norse.
Celtic Norse.
I'm a Celtic Viking.
Yeah, and when I was growing up, the lady next door to me, her name was Mary Calisis, and she taught me how to make Irish stew the right way.
Right on.
Nice. That's what I want to learn.
Yeah.
And then the other side, on to the right of me, on the left of me, okay, well, my father had a barber shop and a store, and then the left of me was Charlie's Restaurant. It's on Columbus Avenue in Boston, Massachusetts. Look it up because it's still open.
Right on.
Oh,
Open since, I want to say 1939.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I could be, but I mean, generations of kids.
Yeah.
Over. And I think it was 19, if I can remember that sign, I think it was open because I remember when he, the grandfather opened up, I don't remember when he opened up the restaurant, but he used to always have me as one of the taste testers, me and a couple other kids in the neighborhood, because we lived in a very eclectic neighborhood. We had Greece, he was from Greece. The people across the street that owned the tire store were from Greece.
Okay.
Down at the corner, Jaime was Jewish. He was from, I think, Poland. And then, I mean, it was just an eclectic neighborhood, so he would let us taste the food that he was making. And I'd be like, oh, because me and food.
Right on.
And I was a thin kid, so then, but, and everything. And I remember one year, and I was telling Joey about this. We used to have storms, they still have storms, they didn't tell us the day before that we didn't have any school. So we would walk to school in the storm, and it was right across the street almost from my house, indirectly. And me and my friend Sonny and my other friend, we're coming home because they had this horn that went off that said, we're letting you out of school early, okay? And my mother was at work, and we didn't have those kinds of cell phones and all that other kind of stuff. So Sonny says, okay, he was a Boy Scout, and he said, let me tie us up together and we'll walk through the snow. Because, blizzard.
Wow.
We're walking across the street, and Charlie sees us, coming, and he knocks on the window and says, come in. Makes us take our clothes off and everything like that. And they had one of those little, potbelly stoves.
Right.
Okay? And he's warm up and everything like that. He fixed us pancakes, okay, eggs, bacon, hot chocolate with whipped cream,
Ooh,
and then
yeah.
made us some kind of dessert. I forgot what it.
With dessert with egg
Something like
right
that.
on.
And so me and Sonny and I don't remember who the other kid was. I think it was Bear, but I'm not sure. But me and Sonny said it needs to snowstorm more often. He called my mother at work and said, she's here and stuff like that. So whatever. Made us call our parents and everything. But he called my mother because my mother gave him the work number. Hey Valerie, how are you? How you doing, Valerie? Made me, he called my mother and stuff like that because my mother gave him the phone number because in case of an emergency, I could get in touch with him or get in touch with Miss Mary Calisis, who was next to me. Man, we were so full and we didn't want to leave. And my house was right next door. Because, it's just the wonder of, how people used to take care of everybody.
Yeah.
And we,
Yeah.
and
We had that in the projects back in the day too, though.
Oh yeah.
Where I grew up at, everybody took over. I was calling all my friends' mom's mom, literally. Yeah. Especially like after what happened with my mom. Every time I AWOL'd, I'd go to my friend's house and be like, "What's up? What's up?" And they'd let me stay there, and I'd move from house to house so the cops couldn't get me. And then, I'm just saying that's true. But no, it was super. I really miss those days. I'm very nostalgic sometimes when it comes to that sort of thing because, I guess that's where my I don't know. I guess that's where my persona kind of originated from because I'm loyal to a fault, and then I'm kind of looking for that same thing nostalgia wise though. I know I shouldn't be, especially at my age, because this is a different age. Kids these days don't know anything about that type of loyalty anymore. So. It's upsetting.
You'd be surprised. You only see the negative. We never see the good.
Out here, it's a little different out here, brother. These young people are quick. They'll shoot you for clout. They don't shoot you for anything else now.
Yeah, we got that up here too. But that's still a small percent.
Yeah, it's a small percent.
They're all smart asses. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But they'll turn on you if they think they'll gain. A majority, if they think that they'll gain some type of clout on social media, they will turn on you in a heartbeat. But and this is the younger generation. I'm not talking about older generation. I'm definitely talking about the young
because of the parents. Because the parents don't say anything.
Alphas.
They give them everything that they can possibly give them, but they don't give them the tools to be able to survive out here.
All right.
My mother gave me the tools.
Agreed.
When my father died when I was 8 years old, my mother sat me down and said, "Okay, it's just me and you," because my brothers were all in Korea and whatever, and so we've got to stick together. And I'm going to be at work all the time and stuff like that. So we've got to get some kind of a plan of action so that everything can be run smoothly. Right. Okay. But I did what I had to do because my mother was a nurse. So sometimes she'd go in 7 o'clock in the morning and not come home till 11 o'clock at night.
All right.
So, I did what I had to do. She always made sure the breakfast was ready for me. She always made sure the dinner was at least started and I could finish it.
Right.
Like that. She said, but I've got to teach you how to survive.
All right.
Yeah.
And that was the good thing about it. Now, these kids look nice. Okay, but one of my girlfriends and I were talking about they look nice, but they smell bad because their hygiene is ridiculous, and I'm wondering what kind of counsels they have at school to let them get away with that.
Yeah, it's probably I think Genocide is also right because it does by region. It is kind of different by region. Technically, it's sort of the same, but definitely by region, it's different. What he might experience with his area youngsters, Gen Alpha, it might be different from down here as well because there is that separation still, even today. Even though we're all connected through social media, there's still the neighborhood kids. There's still the neighborhood area. So, no, I agree. I agree with him as well.
Yeah,
so right?
The parents don't want to say anything. It was funny because. Who was it? I was listening to a comedian earlier today, and it was a mother, and I don't know who she was. I wish I had saved it, actually. And she was talking about how moms, and that was any mom, in the neighborhood was your mom. The kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when you did something, he or she, the father,
Yep.
would beat you behind and then take you home.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Old days.
She said, fast forward to now, she said, you got a kid building a bomb in the garage, but nobody knows. She said, everybody knew what and that's true. Everybody knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
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 Because when I came home from school, even though I was by myself, I would go next door, Mr. Cooley, okay? He was like a father figure to me because he was a friend of my father. So he took care of his kids and me.
Yeah.
He would go through the house and make sure that everything was okay. And then, okay, it's safe. You can go into your house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we didn't even have the fear that people have nowadays.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, you know, and even when Jelly was growing up, you know, when my kids were growing up, I worked 2 jobs because I left their father when they were real young.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And he could afford to support them and stuff like that, but you chose not to.
Mm.
My mother kept saying, you need to take them to court. I said, look, I'm not taking anybody to court because these are his kids and he knows it. If he doesn't care about them, God will take care of him. I'll take care of my kids.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I worked 2 jobs and I went to school, but I made sure that everything was done for them and everything like that. So, you know, I mean, we didn't have good days all the time and stuff like that. And I was very hard on them because you
Yeah.
don't raise kids in the city without being hard.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
And even
I
then,
just
sometimes
remember as a kid
we ended up bad.
walking home from school, junior high age, so 13, and I'm getting home, and my dad being like, "So you smoking cigarettes?" Like, no, Dad. Yeah,
Oh, no.
you're smoking cigarettes. No, I go. Everybody around me was, but I don't. I have asthma. I'm not smoking a cigarette. Just let me see your fingers, okay?
Oh no.
Because and he was like, "All right, you're not smoking cigarettes, okay?" I have
Mm.
no idea who drove by and saw us,
Oh
but I
no.
wasn't smoking cigarettes.
Gus snitched out. It wasn't cigarettes.
No, it
wasn't
wasn't. I was in the
cigarettes.
woods when I was smoking that, so like no one saw me. We were
Listen.
smarter back then.
Right.
Yeah, my mother bought this really pretty coat for me that had leather trim on it. And I'm walking down the street one day and I'm smoking a cigarette, you know? And first of all,
Food stalls.
like I said, I'm going to be 76 years old. Females were not, it wasn't right for us to be smoking in the street. If you smoked, you smoked at home.
Yeah.
I see one of my next door neighbors walking up the street. I'm trying to put the cigarette out, put it in my pocket. All of a sudden, smoke's coming out of my pocket. I passed her, you know, and everything like that. Smoke's coming out of my pocket.
Oh
And
no.
I'm trying to feed it. So I got this burn hole in this coat. So I'm trying, and I could so I repaired it and everything like that. Well, my mother gathered all the coats together and stuff like that because it was, she had to put it in the cleaners. And she's like, where did this hole come from? And I said, I caught it on something, and I was never a good liar.
Oh no. Oh
I
no.
caught it on something, and I just, ripped it and everything like that. So I sewed it up. Well, she never said anything to me, but I just kind of knew. I got through that through the skin of my teeth,
Mm-hmm.
but I never smoked outside again.
Right.
You know
I would
what I
have been
mean?
like, I got hit by a meteor.
That's a good one.
I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know.
Armageddon.
All I know is Joey, Joe, okay. I had set them all down when they got to be like, close to teenagers and said, if y'all go to jail, I'm not coming to get you out. Okay. I said, I'm telling you that right now. I'm not bailing you out or anything like that. You find your way there, you find your way home when it's time.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Joey gets in trouble. No, I'm not there. And again, there's no cell phones or anything like that because he got a car, little Captain Robbie Kickmobile. Okay. And stuff like that. But I said, I'm going to get him a little car and stuff like that. The policeman comes around to make sure that, because they had, like, what is it? Time, like you have to be in by 10 o'clock or on your steps. Joey's
When the
leaning
lights
up
came
against the car. Yeah, curfew, yeah.
Curfew.
Yeah.
And so Joey's leaning up against the car and stuff like that. And, policeman comes around and he says, how old are you? Joey says, 16. She said, well, you're either supposed to be home in the house or you're supposed to be sitting on your stairs. I can do whatever I want to do, blah, 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 blah. This one doesn't know him.
All right.
Okay, he doesn't know. He doesn't know because he's a new policeman walking the beat. And they don't know that his uncle either, who was a lawyer, right?
Right.
He's here that Stewie. So I come home then and I had some dinner with my friends and stuff like that. My daughter, I knew she was spending the night. My other daughter was asleep. And I'm like, where's Joey?
Oh, no.
You know, so about 12:30, quarter to one, the phone rings. I guess I had been ringing all night, but again, we didn't even have caller ID. It's the police department. So he says to me, you know, we have your son down here, blah, 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 so forth and so on, and whatever, and you want to come and get him? And I said, no. You know what I mean? No. Well, the policeman that was on the phone knew me. So he said, well, you know, you don't want him here because it's Friday night. I said, did he bring himself there? And he said, yeah. I said, well, his uncle will come get him tomorrow. I'll call his uncle in the morning. He said, well, do you want me to call? His uncle's name was Tony. He said, do you want me to call Tony? I said, no, I'll call him in the morning. Let's stay there.
Right on.
So,
tough love right there.
So he doesn't come home. I know where he is. He's in the tank. And he's so
Right. Safe.
himself.
Safe.
Do whatever you want to do with him. Okay.
Right.
Because he needs to be educated because I'm not going back and forth to the jail for him.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
He got himself in trouble because he told me what happened. I said, well, keep him there. Next morning, I called my brother. My brother was so mad at me. You let my nephew stay in the prison all night.
Oh, no.
So forth and so on and stuff like that with a whole bunch of drugs and everything like that. I said, look, he got himself into trouble. And I promised him that. And I wasn't backing down.
Right.
My brother said, well, I'm going to go get my nephew. Okay. My brother didn't have, there was the one brother that didn't have any kids till later in life, right?
Mm.
So he goes down, he gets him, he brings Joey home. Joey comes home, he looks at me, he says, Mom, I'm sorry. I said, I'm not talking to you right now. Okay.
Oh.
Can I take a shower? I said, of course you can. So I then, you know, he said, can I have something to eat? And I'm like, yeah. He said, all they gave me was a bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
No, bread with no mayonnaise. I said it was jail.
Yeah.
They don't have to put any mayonnaise on it.
Right.
That's a bologna. Okay. Usually they should give you bread and water. You know. So,
Right. Wait, yeah. That's true.
yep.
It's funny.
He ended up stayed in that shower for about an hour and a half. Okay. He came back down and he said again, Mom, I'm just so sorry. But he never went to jail again.
Right.
Never got into any trouble that I know of anyway.
You know, Renee, the DARE program actually got us all like curious about drugs.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The way they talked
Yeah.
about it, they would bring these people that have done drugs. I mean, I got curious for marijuana, obviously. And then I wanted to be cool. You know, all the cool kids were doing marijuana at the time. And but a lot of my other friends were like doing stuff like Sherm, which is PCP. They got into that stuff. And then other people got like Dookie Dave. He freaking ended up doing crack. And then
Oh no.
yeah, it was pretty bad. And he kind of went off the deep end. He caught the big one back when there was no longevity medicine for it.
Yeah.
And he passed away.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah. I don't want to bring that up.
Well, tell everybody the gateway drug was tobacco.
Funny. I'm sorry. Say that again, Jonathan.
The gateway drug was tobacco, though. Everyone
Oh.
I knew started smoking cigarettes, then they got into weed, and usually, you know, that's where it ended. Kind of alcohol, of course, till you
Yeah.
got older. But
Yeah.
it was tobacco. Everybody, when I was tweaking, everybody smoked but me.
Really?
Everybody. I was the only one that didn't smoke. Me and this girl that I hung out with sometimes because she had asthma as a kid too. We never smoked.
Huh. Oh yeah, I started smoking real young. Again, trying to be cool. Yeah, as a matter of fact, at Vista Del Mar is when everybody else was at this placement back in was 86. If you got your parents' permission, like they had to sign it off, you could smoke there. I mean, this was well before like, well, at the liquor store, right up the street, like it was the Vista Del Mar complex, and then you had the 10 freeway, and then you walked underneath the 10 freeway, and then along Motor, there's Motor Avenue. There's a liquor store right there that used to sell to us all the time. So that's where I got my first pack.
7-Eleven. They didn't care how old you were. They just sold the cigarettes.
Yeah. Now this
And
place was like,
been to Bremerton to buy alcohol because the guy thought one was Black Label beer. He thought was soda. So he would sell to the teenagers. So we'd go there and we'd each buy a half rack for like $5 of Black Label. And then one day he's like, "This isn't soda." They changed the labeling. It went from black and white to black and red, and it said beer on it. And he had no idea.
Wow. Mr. Kim used to sell it right before the we knew Mr. Kim over near the Culver City projects. He was a Korean guy that owned a liquor store right next to a place called, it used to be called Alpha Beta, then it got called something else. But he used to sell us liquor like all the time. And so like when the LA riots rolled around, a lot of us went and freaking protected his store just because like he was super cool with us. So his store didn't get raided. Because the supermarket got raided, but we were all standing like in a semicircle at his door, just making sure like nobody went in there to raid his store. Mr. Kim was cool as hell, man. He made us all a bunch of alcoholics, but still, he's still cool. He was really cool with all.
I still think it's funny. He's the guy I drank the most with growing up. One of my best friends.
Yeah,
I ran into him and I was just talking to him. He's like, "I no longer drink," and I'm like, "Good, right on. I'm really happy to hear that." And he's just like, "You?" And I'm like, "I occasionally. I no longer get drunk.
Yeah,
I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
But I do like a whiskey every now and then."
My drinking buddy, Bob. You met Bob when he used to work at EA. I got him the job there. It was that one time he came up to my door and I told him to go fuck himself because it wasn't really a meeting. It was more like that was the last time I spoke to him. Because him and I got into an argument and that was the last time I spoke to him. And then a few years later he passed away of a stroke. Which is like, I mean, we did everything together, the same thing. Like he and I both had daughters together in the same month, same year, and we both retired from the gang life pretty much at the same time. And we became fast friends, like super fast friends. We ended up playing D&D together. I don't remember if I told you about that story, but when I got my first apartment, Palms, right up the street from freaking Vista Del Mar, I got my first apartment there. I met a guy named Eric who was our D&D dungeon master, whatever. He's the guy that ran the game because Bob used to come over my house all the time to. We were just reading all these D&D books. Like we read a lot of R.A. Salvatore, which is he did the Dark. I'm sorry,
Drizzard Dudonda.
Drizzard, and yep, that's right. And we would hang out like that and just try to keep ourselves out of trouble because we're new fathers. And he and I, we were fast friends for like 20 years, and then we had a falling out. When was that? When we worked at EA? When was the last? That was like the last year when I stopped being his friend, pretty much. I can't remember. Anyway, it's like 2000 and something, 2008. 2008. And then a few years later, I found out from my ex that he had passed away. He had a stroke. He was trying to get his life together out in I want to say North Carolina. He was working as a forklift driver out there. And he had asked the night before he had asked his girlfriend to marry him. And that's when Bill, his twin brother, told Yvette that he's my ex. He had a stroke and like he's on life support, or what is it? Like he was brain dead. Like we had to go out there and pull the
life support.
And that was it. But no, we never reconciled, which like really sucked. But I mean, there was really no going back. I mean, because he was like a brother to me, and there was really no going back from what transpired.
Yeah.
So. But I do miss him, but I don't regret. I don't regret the time that we had together. Let's put it that way, because he was a very good friend up until the end.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm gonna get ready to go to bed. I'm get ready to go.
Oh.
But before we go off, anybody want to say anything?
Happy birthday.
Yep, yeah. Birthday, Jiggy. Still miss you.
Still miss you. Very much so.
It's just
very much.
Yeah. Well, I look at it like this. At least he was a part of our life for whatever it was. I mean, I was lucky to have him as a son.
All right.
And, I miss him. I really, really do. But I don't think that I could. I don't think that I could look at him the way he was suffering, and as he was getting thin and all that, and not eating and all that other kind of stuff. And like I said, to me, I'm lucky because, he wasn't murdered, or he wasn't,
Oh, yeah.
he didn't die from drugs or, an overdose or anything like that. It was a sickness. So I'm very, very blessed that happened, because I don't think that I could have, although he did get shot, but he got shot in the line of duty. So that's a different story. But, but I mean, I don't think that I could have handled if he had taken drugs or he had been murdered or something like that. I don't think that I could have handled that.
Yeah.
But I knew that once he had that sickness, and see, my mother had it too. So, I know what they went through. Yeah. So I was lucky to have him for as long as I had him, because some people don't have their kids that long. So,
That's true. Very true. Unfortunate, but true.
Yeah, but I mean, it is. And I was lucky that, we had our fights, and stuff like that, but he was always respectful to me, and stuff like that, and
He loved it when you came in the chat.
Oh yeah.
I know. Yeah.
We all did.
me and him in the chat. Yeah.
He would definitely.
Remember when he promised to take me and Robin to court if we talked about it?
Yeah.
Robin still owes him $2 million. So
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's right. That's right.
yeah,
$2 million.
Yep. I forget the details at the moment, but yeah.
Yeah, she needs to pay it.
Yeah.
Hold that to her.
Okay, well, if she owes it to him, now she owes it to me.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Why is she keeping that money from your grandbabies?
Right? Class action lawsuit like Walmart. Get her.
Okay, next
You
time
better start walking.
we get together, okay, I'm gonna ask you what happened to the $2 million.
That's right. That's right. We'll back you up. We were all there. We're witnesses. We just want 100,000. Finder's fee. We'll help you out.
Okay. All right. Oh, I mean, I'm willing. Finder's fee, of course.
You know, we live in the same city.
Hmm?
We'll have to knock on her door. She
Well, I'll
lives
tell you what I'm going to do.
32 miles from us. She lives in Pasadena. Oh yeah, she lives in close to us.
You said she's a witness also, so okay. You go far among us, okay? But you know what I'm going to do, okay? Because
KB, that's right. You were there.
okay, I'm try to, if my feet don't keep swelling up and stuff like that, I want to go visit my cousin in California. So when I visit my cousin in California, I'm going to try to visit you and everything like that. I'm
Okay.
going to tell Robin I'm coming. Okay.
When-
And then I'm
Okay.
going to go to Robin's door and knock on the door.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay? And we'll take my shoes off and everything, because I threatened her one time. And I was going to walk all the way to California barefoot, okay?
Right on.
And I'll put stuff on my feet and stuff like that and say, I walked here and I want my $2 million.
That's right. That's right.
I hope that works out for me, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody that's in here, thank you for coming. And thank you for being with me. Thank you all for hanging with me. Joey had some fantastic friends, and I'm glad to be a part of your friendship. And I will probably be on Wednesday. We're going to be knitting, so if you want to come, bring whatever. But I'm getting ready to go to bed because I've been up since like 7:30 this morning, which is actually late for me.
Yeah. Same here. That would be late for me too. I wake up around 3.
That would be late for me too, yeah.
I wake up at
6:30.
3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, to go, and then I get back into bed. And then I lay here and watch like YouTube because I can't go back to sleep right away. And then I go to sleep, but then I'm usually up by about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I got up at 7:30 this morning, but I've been going ever since. And then I had a bunch of company coming in and out. So I'm thrilled.
That's right.
Everybody, I love you all. Take care. God
You
bless
too.
you. Stay safe. And of course, hold your family close. Don't forget to tell everybody in your family that you love them.
Peace.
That's right.
Oh, no.
Much love, pups.
Live each day like it's your last. So good night, and I will see you all sometime this week. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.